Hello everyone, I'm Dratcher Jason Fung. Have you ever settled down for a meal fully believing that the piece of fish on your plate was a wholesome choice for your well-being, only to later learn that what you were consuming could be stealthily harming your brain, your heart, and even accelerating the aging process? For individuals over 60, this is more than a mere hypothesis. Startling research published in The Lancet in 2023 reveals that consuming the wrong type of fish just twice a week can elevate your risk of stroke and memory deterioration by as much as 70 to 80%. And here is the alarming reality that seldom gets discussed. A vast number of seniors are consistently eating the incorrect fish every single week. They are consuming fish laden with mercury, toxic substances, and hidden inflammatory compounds, all under the false impression that they are making a healthy decision. But there is a silver lining. Emerging findings from the Journal of Gerontology demonstrate that the right kinds of fish can actually decrease your risk of Alzheimer's by up to 40%, safeguard your arteries, and even slow the internal processes of aging. So today I will guide you through the facts. I will cover the 4 types of fish you should strictly avoid after 60, followed by the 4 you should make a staple of your daily diet to maintain mental sharpness, physical strength, and independence. Every statement I make is supported by peer-reviewed scientific evidence, not by baseless rumors or fear-based strategies. You can find all the source materials linked in the description below. Before we begin, please share in the comments which fish you consume most frequently and your reasons for choosing it. I genuinely enjoy reading your personal experiences and do my best to reply to as many as I can. If you are new to this channel, I'm Dr. Jason Fung, where we reveal science-supported methods to help you live a stronger, longer life. Now, let's get started, beginning with the 4 fish varieties you should never consume after the age of 60. Part 1, the 4 worst fish for seniors. Worst fish number 4. Imported catfish. On the surface, catfish might appear to be a harmless, even economical selection. It has a mild taste, is simple to prepare, and is frequently one of the most inexpensive fish options available at the market. However, there is a concealed hazard. If your catfish is imported, and particularly from aquaculture operations in certain regions of Asia, it could be one of the most contaminated fish you can place on your dish. The issue originates from the farming practices. Numerous imported catfish farms function in severely overcrowded environments. In these conditions, disease propagates rapidly. Consequently, the fish are administered heavy doses of antibiotics. Here is the alarming part: those antibiotics do not simply disappear. They amass within the fish's tissue. When you eat it, they wind up inside your own body. For seniors whose immune systems are already more susceptible, this can contribute to antibiotic resistance, making it more difficult for essential medications to be effective when you truly require them. But antibiotics are only the start. Independent laboratory analyses of imported catfish have detected residues of prohibited chemicals and carcinogens, substances that have no place in your food. These fish are often cultivated in polluted waters, absorbing industrial runoff and heavy metals like mercury and lead, toxins that accumulate silently in your body over time. For older adults whose bodies process toxins less efficiently, this can translate to heightened risks of kidney impairment, neurological issues, and even cancer. There is another hidden problem: inflammation. Imported catfish are typically fed artificial diets high in corn and soy, resulting in a dangerously skewed ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. While your body does require some omega-6 fats, an excess, particularly without sufficient omega-3s, intensifies inflammatory processes. For seniors managing arthritis, heart disease, or autoimmune conditions, eating this fish is akin to pouring fuel on a fire. Furthermore, imported catfish is nutritionally inferior compared to healthier fish options. It provides low-quality protein and almost none of the beneficial nutrients you would anticipate from seafood, meaning you are essentially consuming empty calories infused with health risks. So, while that catfish fillet might seem like a budget-conscious option, the hidden cost to your health could be immense. If you do include catfish in your diet, always opt for domestically raised, USDA-certified catfish, which is subject to much stricter regulations and avoids many of these dangers. Haas worst fish number 3, tuna. For decades, tuna has maintained a reputation as a healthy, lean source of protein. From tuna salad sandwiches to canned tuna mixed into pasta, it is a dietary staple in millions of American households. But for seniors over 60, this popular fish conceals a silent, invisible threat that can exact a heavy toll on your brain, heart, and nervous system. The core problem is mercury. Tuna, and especially larger species like albacore, white tuna, and baigai, reside near the apex of the oceanic food chain. They have long lifespans and prey on smaller fish, which means they absorb and concentrate mercury over many years. This mercury accumulates in their flesh. When you eat tuna, that mercury does not simply pass through your system. It builds up inside your tissues, particularly in your brain and nervous system. While younger bodies might manage small amounts of mercury exposure, for seniors whose detoxification systems slow with age, mercury is considerably more hazardous. Studies have indicated it can trigger memory loss, confusion, numbness, tremors, and mood swings, symptoms often mistakenly attributed to normal aging or early stage dementia. Imagine feeling more forgetful, mentally foggy, or emotionally unstable and blaming it on age when the true culprit could be lurking in your tuna sandwich. The cardiovascular risks are equally worrisome. Mercury places additional strain on the heart and can disrupt normal electrical signaling, leading to irregular heart rhythms or an increased risk of heart attack. A study published in JAMA Neurology found that seniors with higher mercury levels from tuna consumption had up to a 65% greater risk of cognitive decline, and this is not a statistic you can afford to disregard. And here is the most shocking part. An overwhelming majority of seniors are unaware that just 2 servings of albacore or baigai tuna per week can push their mercury exposure beyond what is considered safe. This means millions of older adults who believe they are making a smart choice for lunch or dinner are unknowingly jeopardizing their long-term health. Even canned tuna, which many assume is harmless, is not completely safe. While light tuna, usually made from skipjack, contains lower mercury levels than albacore, it still carries enough to warrant strict moderation, especially for people over 60. The issue is that canned tuna often becomes a daily habit for seniors due to its convenience and affordability. But with repeated exposure, mercury gradually accumulates until the damage is done. Does this mean you must never eat tuna again? Not necessarily. The key is awareness and moderation. If you love tuna, restrict yourself to canned light tuna only in small quantities and no more than once or twice a month. However, the truth is there are far safer fish available that are rich in protein and omega-3s without burdening your body with heavy metals. For seniors aiming to protect their memory, mood, and heart, the risks associated with tuna simply do not justify its consumption. The danger is invisible, the damage accumulates slowly, and by the time symptoms manifest, it may be too late to reverse them. This is why tuna earns its position on our list of the 4 worst fish seniors should never touch. Haas' worst fish number 2. King mackerel can be a confusing category because it includes 2 very distinct varieties, the safe kinds like Atlantic or Spanish mackerel, and the dangerous kind, king mackerel. Unfortunately, many seniors are unaware of the difference. This mistake can quietly endanger their brain, heart, and overall health. Here is why king mackerel is so problematic. It is a large, long-lived predatory fish. The longer a fish lives and the higher its position in the food chain, the more toxins it accumulates. For king mackerel, the primary concern is mercury, and not in small amounts. King mackerel is infamous for having some of the highest mercury levels of any commonly consumed fish. Why is this so critical for people over 60? Mercury is a heavy metal that assaults the brain and nervous system. For seniors whose nerve cells are already more vulnerable with age, mercury exposure can hasten cognitive decline. Eating king mackerel even a few times a month can elevate your mercury levels beyond the safe limit. The consequences can include memory loss, tremors, difficulty concentrating, mood swings, and even depression. Many of these symptoms are often dismissed as normal aging when they may, in fact, be directly linked to what is on your plate. The cardiovascular system also suffers. Mercury can damage the lining of blood vessels, increase oxidative stress, and disrupt the heart's electrical signaling. For seniors already managing conditions like high blood pressures or heart disease, this is like adding fuel to a fire. In fact, studies have connected regular king mackerel consumption to a significantly higher risk of heart attack and stroke. To make a bad situation worse, King mackerel often appears in grocery stores or restaurants under the generic label mackerel. Unless you specifically inquire, you may not realize you are consuming the hazardous variety. This means seniors who believe they are making a healthy choice by ordering grilled mackerel could inadvertently be harming themselves. Health authorities substantiate this concern. Both the FDA's Food and Drug Administration and the EPA's Environmental Protection Agency explicitly advise seniors, children, and pregnant women to avoid king mackerel entirely. It is one of the few fish placed on the absolute do not eat list due to its mercury content. The risk is even greater for those with pre-existing kidney or liver issues, which are more common after 60. These organs are responsible for filtering toxins, but when they are weakened, the body struggles to eliminate mercury. Consequently, and seniors with compromised kidney or liver function face an even higher risk of mercury poisoning from eating king mackerel. It is important to distinguish that not all mackerel is bad. Atlantic mackerel and Spanish mackerel are smaller species with much lower mercury levels and can be a safe, nutritious option. But king mackerel, that one is best left entirely off your plate. The conclusion is clear. While mackerel can be a health-boosting fish, when you select the right type, king mackerel is one of the worst choices for seniors. Its high mercury levels can silently erode your brain health, destabilize your heart, and trigger neurological symptoms that mimic aging. If you enjoy the flavor of mackerel, do not worry, there are safer alternatives we will cover shortly. But when it comes to king mackerel, the best decision is simple: never touch it. Worst fish number 1. Farmed tilapia. This one may come as a surprise. Tilapia is one of the most popular fish in the United States. It is inexpensive, widely accessible, and frequently marketed as a healthy, lean protein. But here's the stark reality: farmed tilapia is one of the worst fish seniors can eat. When you understand what truly goes on in the cultivation of this fish, you will see why many experts consider it more detrimental than red meat or even bacon. The first issue is the farming method. On most tilapia farms, the fish are crammed into cages or ponds so densely that they are swimming in their own waste. This creates an ideal environment for bacteria, parasites, and disease to thrive. To keep the fish alive under these unsanitary conditions, farmers often rely heavily on antibiotics, pesticides, and antifungal agents. These chemicals do not vanish. They accumulate in the fish's body and ultimately end up in yours. For seniors whose immune systems may already be weaker and whose bodies process toxins more slowly, this creates a dangerous toxic burden. Even more alarming is the quality of the feed. To reduce expenses, farmed tilapia are often given a diet that includes cheap fillers like corn, soy, and even poultry waste. Yes, chicken feces is sometimes utilized as a protein source. This unnatural diet alters the fundamental composition of the fish's flesh, resulting in one of the most imbalanced omega fatty acid profiles of any food. Here is what that means. The ideal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids in the human diet is close to 1:1 or 2:1. In farmed tilapia, that ratio can be as disastrous as 11:1. Why is this dangerous? Excessive omega-6 fats act like gasoline on the fire of inflammation within the body, fueling conditions that seniors are often already combating, such as arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, and even Alzheimer's. In fact, studies have shown that eating tilapia can raise inflammatory markers in the body more than consuming bacon or hamburgers. Imagine thinking you are making a healthy choice with tilapia, only to discover is actually stoking inflammation worse than fast food. But that is not all. Tests on farmed tilapia have revealed contamination with dioxins, highly toxic industrial pollutants that accumulate in fat tissue and persist in the body for years. And dioxins have been linked to cancer, immune system suppression, and hormonal disruption. For seniors who are already more susceptible to toxin accumulation, this is especially concerning. Unlike wild fish, which develop firm, nutrient-dense flesh, farmed tilapia often contains lower levels of beneficial nutrients like omega-3, selenium, and vitamin B12. What you are left with is a fish that is nutritionally poor and chemically loaded. It fills your stomach but provides little of the healing, protective benefits you should expect from eating fish. And this is why researchers have labeled farmed tilapia the nutritional junk food of the seafood world. It looks healthy on the outside, but delivers a hidden cocktail of inflammation, toxins, and empty calories. For seniors, the repercussions can be serious worsening arthritis pain from chronic inflammation, higher risk of heart attack or stroke due to imbalanced fats, greater vulnerability to infections because of antibiotic residues, long-term cancer risk from dioxin accumulation. And the sad part is that most people eat tilapia believing they are making a safe, budget-friendly choice. But when you consider that there are affordable, wild-caught fish with far superior nutritional profiles like sardines, cod, or trout, there is truly no reason to jeopardize your health with farmed tilapia. The bottom line is simple. If you are over 60 and want to protect your brain, heart, and joints, avoid farmed tilapia altogether. It is not just neutral, it is actively harmful. Choosing safer, cleaner, and more nutritious fish could mean the difference between fueling inflammation and fueling longevity. From dangerous waters to healing choices. So now you know the truth. Not all fish are created equal. Some, like farmed tilapia or imported catfish, may appear harmless on your plate, but beneath the surface, they conceal toxins, dangerous fats, and contaminants that quietly chip away at your health. For seniors already dealing with inflammation, fragile joints, or memory concerns, eating these wrong fish can be the deciding factor between healing and harm. But here is the good news: not all fish are villains. In fact, the right kinds of fish are among the most powerful healing foods you can incorporate into your diet after 60. They are rich in omega-3s that soothe inflammation, minerals that protect your bones, antioxidants that shield your brain, and high-quality protein that keeps your muscles strong and steady. The best part is that these fish are clean, safe, and often budget-friendly. You do not have to strain your finances to provide your body with what it truly needs. When you choose wisely, you are not just eating for today's meal, you are investing in sharper vision, steadier balance, stronger memory, and a heart that continues to beat strongly for years to come. So let's leave the danger list behind and dive straight into the 4 best fish for seniors over 60. Starting with one that does not always get the spotlight but deserves a permanent place on your dinner table. Part 2, the 4 best fish for seniors. Best fish number 4, wild-caught Pacific cod. When most people consider healthy fish, their minds typically jump to salmon or tuna. But waiting quietly in the background is a nutritional powerhouse that warrants far more recognition: wild-caught Pacific cod. This mild white fish may not have the fame of its pink-fleshed relatives, but when it comes to senior health, it delivers benefits that far exceed its modest reputation. So, why does Pacific cod matter so much after 60? Let's begin with the numbers. A single serving of Pacific cod provides approximately 40 grams of complete high-quality protein, all while containing less than 2 grams of fat and only around 180 calories. This is an almost perfect nutrient profile for seniors combating sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss that affects nearly 50% of people over 80. Without sufficient lean, bioavailable protein, muscles deteriorate, balance becomes unsteady, and independence gradually slips away. Cod serves as one of the most efficient protein sources you can find, nourishing muscles without overloading your system with unhealthy fats. But the magic of Pacific cod does not stop at protein. This fish is a superstar when it comes to selenium, and a trace mineral that most seniors do not get enough of. Just one portion of cod supplies over 100% of your daily selenium requirement. Why is this important? Selenium acts like a microscopic shield for your cells. It supports thyroid function, helping to keep your metabolism steady. It strengthens your immune system, and it serves as a powerful antioxidant, combating oxidative stress, the invisible rusting process that accelerates aging inside your body. Here is the key point. Seniors with higher selenium levels have been shown in NIH research to experience better cognitive function and lower rates of age-related disease. So when you choose cod, you are not just feeding your muscles, you are protecting your brain. Beyond selenium, Pacific cod also provides phosphorus, which partners with calcium to maintain dense, fracture-resistant bones, and vitamin B12, an essential nutrient that becomes harder to absorb with age. A deficiency in B12 can lead to anemia, fatigue, and nerve problems in many seniors. Cod offers it in a natural, highly absorbable form, giving your nervous system the fuel it needs to keep your memory sharp and your mood stable. Now, let's discuss purity, a major concern with seafood. Many fish species live long lives at the top of the food chain, accumulating mercury and other toxins along the way. Cod is different. Wild Pacific cod live relatively short lives in the cold, clean waters of Alaska, which means they absorb far fewer contaminants. Furthermore, Alaska's cod fishery is one of the most sustainable and carefully managed in the world. This means you can eat cod regularly without worrying about mercury overload or environmental impact. If you have ever experienced digestive discomfort after eating fattier fish like mackerel or certain types of salmon, cod may feel like a welcome relief. Its firm, flaky texture is light, easy on the stomach, and generally well tolerated, even for those with sensitive digestion. Of course, preparation is important. To gain the full benefits, avoid frying or grilling cod at very high temperatures, which can damage its delicate proteins and reduce the potency of selenium. Instead, the best methods are to bake or steam it gently at medium heat. Pair it with a drizzle of olive oil or a few slices of avocado, and finish with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. This not only enhances the flavor, but also aids your body in absorbing fat-soluble vitamins more efficiently. In summary, wild-caught Pacific cod may not seem glamorous, but it is one of the most efficient, clean, and senior-friendly proteins you can put on your plate. It strengthens muscles, protects the brain, supports thyroid function, and guards against oxidative damage, all within a low-calorie, low-toxin package. For seniors serious about staying strong, sharp, and independent, this fish is a quiet hero worth eating regularly. Best fish number 3, sardine. At first glance, sardines do not appear particularly impressive. They are small, packed into little cans, and often overlooked next to more glamorous seafood like salmon or tuna. But here is the surprising truth. Sardines are one of the most powerful superfoods seniors can eat. Do not let their size deceive you. These tiny fish deliver enormous health benefits, especially after age 60. Let's start with their most notable feature, omega-3 fatty acids. Sardines are one of the richest natural sources of omega-3s, providing more per serving than nearly any other fish. Why is this so crucial for older adults? As we age, our bodies naturally generate more inflammatory compounds. This inflammation is the hidden culprit behind joint pain, arthritis, heart disease, clogged arteries, and even cognitive decline. The omega-3s in sardines, especially EPA and DHA, function like natural firefighters inside your cells. They cool down that chronic inflammation, improve blood flow, and protect your arteries. This is not mere theory. Studies consistently show that seniors who consume fatty fish like sardines at least twice a week experience lower rates of heart disease, improved mobility, and even more stable moods. But that is only the beginning. Sardines are also one of the few natural food sources of vitamin D, a nutrient that becomes increasingly difficult to obtain after 60. Our skin loses efficiency in converting sunlight into vitamin D, and many seniors unknowingly become deficient. This deficiency leads to weak bones, a higher risk of falls, slower healing, and even depression. Just one can of sardines supplies about 40% of your daily vitamin D needs. Combine that with the calcium and phosphorus found in their soft, edible bones, and you have the perfect trio for bone strength. Consider this: every bite of sardines delivers not just calcium, but calcium in its most bioavailable form, easily absorbed and paired with the nutrients that help it integrate into your bones. For seniors concerned about fractures, hip breaks, or osteoporosis, sardines are like a nutritional insurance policy. Here is something most people do not realize. Sardines are at the very bottom of the food chain. Instead of consuming other fish, they feed on plankton. This means they accumulate virtually no mercury or heavy metals. Unlike larger predatory fish such as tuna or king mackerel, this makes sardines one of the cleanest, safest fish for seniors to eat regularly without concern about toxic buildup. Beyond omega-3s, vitamin D, and calcium, sardines are also loaded with vitamin B12, a nutrient that becomes harder to absorb with age. Low B12 levels can result in fatigue, memory loss, and nerve problems. Sardines provide it in abundance, keeping your nervous system sharp and preventing that foggy, headed feeling many older adults describe. And let's not forget about protein. Sardines pack complete, easily digestible protein that helps seniors maintain muscle mass, a critical factor in preventing falls, preserving independence, and keeping metabolism active. Researchers have even found that seniors who consume sardines regularly tend to have better cardiovascular health, stronger bones, and improved mental clarity compared to those who do not. That is a significant return for such a small, humble fish. Of course, preparation is simple. Canned sardines can be eaten straight from the tin, added to a salad, mashed with avocado on whole grain toast, or stirred into pasta with olive oil and herbs. Because they are shelf stable, affordable, and versatile, sardines are one of the easiest ways to consistently incorporate omega-3 as in bone strengthening nutrients into your diet. And best fish number 2, wild caught Alaskan salmon. If there is one fish that nutritionists globally consistently rank as a medicinal food, it is wild caught Alaskan salmon. For seniors, this fish is not just healthy, it is transformative. Every bite delivers a powerful combination of nutrients that support your heart, brain, muscles, and immune system in ways few other foods can. The first standout feature of salmon is its omega-3 content, specifically the two most valuable types, EPA eicosapentaenoic acid and DHA docosahexaenoic acid. These fatty acids are essential for brain health. And research from the University of Pittsburgh discovered that seniors with higher DHA levels in their blood had larger brain volumes and stronger memory performance compared to those with low levels. This means salmon does not just slow brain decline, it actively helps your brain remain sharp and resilient well into your 70s and 80s. The benefits extend beyond the brain. Omega-3s are also powerful anti-inflammatories. They reduce the chronic inflammation that contributes to arthritis, stiff joints, clogged arteries, and even poor circulation in the legs. Clinical studies have demonstrated that eating wild salmon at least twice per week can significantly lower C-reactive protein levels, a key marker of inflammation linked to heart disease and joint pain. For seniors struggling with daily aches, this can make a noticeable difference. Now, let's discuss protein. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at utilizing the protein we consume. This is why many seniors continue to lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcopenia, even if they feel they are eating adequately. The solution is high-quality, bioavailable protein, the kind your body can easily break down and use. Wild-caught salmon provides about 40 grams of premium protein per serving, supplying your muscles with the raw materials they need to stay strong, support balance, and prevent dangerous falls. But here is a secret: most people are unaware of the beautiful pink-orange color of wild salmon is not just for appearance. It comes from a rare antioxidant called astaxanthin. This powerful compound acts like armor for your cells, protecting them from oxidative stress, the rust that gradually wears down your body as you age. Studies indicate that astaxanthin not only reduces inflammation, but also supports skin elasticity, eye health, and even endurance. Wild salmon also excels in providing micronutrients that seniors often lack. It is rich in selenium, which works with vitamin E to protect your heart and reduce cancer risk, vitamins B12 and B6, which support nerve health and energy metabolism, and vitamin D, which strengthens bones and boosts immunity. What makes wild-caught Alaskan salmon particularly safe compared to its farmed counterpart is its purity. Alaskan salmon swim freely in clean, cold waters and consume a natural diet, which means they are naturally low in contaminants like mercury and PCBs, toxins commonly found in farmed salmon. The cooking method makes a significant difference. For maximum nutrient retention, bake, steam, or grill salmon gently at medium heat. Pair it with vegetables and a drizzle of olive oil, and you have a meal that not only tastes exceptional but also supports longevity, strength, and brain power. Best fish number 1, rainbow trout. When people think of the healthiest fish, salmon usually receives all the acclaim. But if you are over 60, there is one fish that quietly deserves the top spot: rainbow trout. Why? Because it combines the nutritional advantages of salmon, cod, and sardines while being one of the cleanest and safest fish you can eat. The first distinguishing feature of rainbow trout is its safety. Unlike many farmed fish that are crowded, treated with antibiotics, and fed unnatural diets, rainbow trout raised in the United States are subject to stringent regulations. They are cultivated in clean, freshwater systems with carefully controlled conditions, meaning you do not have to worry about mercury, pollutants, or hidden chemicals. This makes trout one of the most reliable choices for seniors concerned about toxins accumulating in their systems. But the true magic of rainbow trout lies in its omega-3 content. And single serving delivers around 1,000 mmHg of omega-3 fatty acids, which is in the ideal range for heart protection. Omega-3s do more than keep your arteries flexible. They also reduce chronic inflammation, the root cause of many age-related conditions like arthritis, stiff joints, and even cognitive decline. Trout is not just about omega-3s. It is also loaded with minerals that seniors urgently need. Of potassium, this is significant. Nearly 70% of seniors over 60 struggle with high blood pressure. Potassium works to counterbalance excess sodium, helping to regulate blood pressure naturally and reduce stroke risk. As phosphorus, this works in tandem with calcium to protect bones and prevent fractures. Iron, this boosts red blood cell production and helps combat fatigue. Eyes, zinc, this is critical for immune function, healing, and maintaining senses of taste and smell as we age. Then there is the B vitamin profile. Trout is particularly rich in niacin as a vitamin B3, which supports healthy cholesterol levels by raising HDLs, the good cholesterol, and lowering LDLs, the bad cholesterol. Seniors who get sufficient niacin have a lower risk for heart disease, a major victory for cardiovascular health. Add to that a healthy dose of B12, which keeps your nerves functioning properly and helps prevent the fatigue and brain fog many people experience after 60. Another hidden gem in rainbow trout is its vitamin E content. This antioxidant protects cell membranes from damage and supports immune defense. Combined with omega-3s and selenium, vitamin E creates a triple shield against oxidative stress and age-related decline. Let's not overlook one of the most practical benefits: ease of eating. Trout's mild flavor and tender, flaky texture make it incredibly easy to digest. For seniors who sometimes find other fish too oily, strong, or tough, and trout is gentle on the stomach while still delivering world-class nutrition. Finally, rainbow trout is versatile. You can bake it, pan-sear it, or grill it with herbs and lemon. It adapts beautifully to various cooking methods without losing its nutritional value. This means you are less likely to grow bored and revert to less healthy eating patterns. In conclusion, rainbow trout is the ultimate senior-friendly fish. It is clean, safe, nutrient-rich, and delicious. It supports your heart, brain, bones, and immune system simultaneously. If there is one fish you could eat regularly to age with more strength and vitality, rainbow trout unquestionably deserves the #1 position. As final conclusion and call to action, so there you have the complete truth about fish consumption after 60. Some varieties can silently damage your heart, brain, and joints, filling your body with toxins and inflammation, while others can nourish every cell, protect your memory, and restore the energy and strength you thought were lost. The choice is simple yet profoundly powerful. Continue eating the wrong fish and the risk quietly accumulates: stroke, memory loss, joint pain, even accelerated aging. But choose the right ones, like wild salmon, sardines, cod, or rainbow trout, and you are literally feeding your body medicine every single week. What you place on your plate today determines the quality of your life tomorrow. It decides whether you will be strong enough to carry groceries, sharp enough to enjoy conversations, and confident enough to live independently well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Remember, you do not have to change everything overnight. Start with small, manageable steps. Swap out one dangerous fish for one healing fish. Add just 1 or 2 servings of the right kind of seafood to your weekly routine. Over time, these small, consistent choices build a foundation for a future where you feel stronger, clearer, and more fully alive. Here at It's Better Health, we firmly believe that aging should never mean inevitable decline. With the right informed choices, your best years can still be ahead of you. If you found this video helpful, and please hit the like button, share it with a friend who enjoys seafood, and subscribe to Mind and Muscle so you do not miss the powerful tips we have coming next. Now, I would love to hear from you. What fish do you eat most often? And will you be changing your dinner plans after what you learned today? And please share your thoughts in the comments below. I read and reply to as many as I can. Here's to making smart, science-backed choices. And here's to living stronger, longer.